So, dear colleagues, I think we are doing pretty well. So I feel really content and satisfied, kind of happy, and that's why I picked this background, which is here. And at this point, I would like to thank all the creators with whom we are participating, and also to all of you, our followers, that you're watching, and we hope that you enjoy. So, yes, science and art, they go actually hand in hand. What we see today with AI, they are, AI became all a kind of art. And on one side, science drives the progress, and art is for, I would say, our satisfaction, for our emotions, for communicating with each other, whether it's verbal or non-verbal. And today, I would like to communicate with you with a story at the end. But before we begin a story, in a previous lecture, no, I will go to the blackboard. Now it's really black. Before I didn't know why they called them blackboard because they were all green. Then they were white and now they are black. Actually, you can choose the background, whichever you like. So let's continue. Well, in one of the previous lectures, we had complex numbers and we presented them in polar coordinates. And you may say that this is just a circle and it presents rotation in 2D. What about rotation in 3D? Well, you can do it with Euler angles and Euler formed matrices for each rotation around x, y, and z axis and combine them together. But the problem of this is that when you do it in computer, at some angles, it becomes independent of one of the angles. So this was a problem, and now they do it with the Quaternions, and this is invention from Roland Hamilton. He was a good mathematician, physicist, and astronomer, and he invented also Hamiltonian mechanics. Those who study quantum mechanics certainly know him. And he also invented quaternions much before we invented computers. But the history goes even further back to Diophantus in 3rd AC century. I think it was a Greek mathematician. And he showed that actually equation a squared plus b squared times c squared plus d squared can be written as ac plus bd squared plus ad minus bc squared, which in turn is the same as ac minus bd squared plus ad plus bc squared. And why is this important? Well, in complex numbers, if we take the norm of the product z1, z2 squared is the same as z1 norm squared times z2 squared. And this is actually this equation, just that you will get here I. And as you know, we have real numbers, I mean also natural numbers, whole numbers and so on, but real numbers are right here x. Then we have complex numbers, usually z is x plus iy. And then Hamilton tried for three-dimensional complex numbers, and he added here j plus j times z. But some properties were not satisfied. So that's why he invented quaternions, and they're written as q is w plus ix plus jy plus kz. And the properties of these quaternions I, j, and k are actually the same as for complex numbers. I squared is the same as j squared is the same as k squared and is minus 1. Then I, j, k is j, k, I is k, I, j is also minus 1. But I times j is minus j times I, and j times k is minus k times j, and k times I is minus I times K. So this is anti-commutative law. And finally, if we write Q times conjugate value is actually W squared plus X squared plus Y squared plus Z squared. So this is about quaternions. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening, watching, and have a nice day. Buster, a dog with deep love for bass drops, was in his element. His electric car glided through the sky with hi-fi sound system filling the city with a pulsing beat. Buster paused, expertly working the mixing board, was lost in the rhythm, his tail wagging a furious tempo. He was deep into a particularly intricate scratch, his ears flattened in concentration when the car began to wobble. Just a supple tremor at first, then a more pronounced lurch. Buster, still caught in the musical trance, dismissed it as a momentary turbulence. He clapped his paws to a cheering audience, but the wobbling intensified, the hum of the electric motor sputtering ominously. A flashing red icon on the dashboard finally caught his eye: low battery. Panic, cold and sharp, jolted Buster from his DJ reverie. He gripped the controls, trying to steady the plummeting vehicle, but it was no use. The ground rushed up to meet him, a dizzying mosaic of city streets and distant rooftops. He braced himself for impact, a whimper escaping his usually confident bark. Just as he closed his eyes, expecting the crash, something unexpected happened. A flock of beautiful owls was flying nearby. These weren't just any owls. These were Buster's loyal, discerning clients, the recipients of his carefully cultivated, magically mushroom deliveries. One particular charming owl with lovely eyes cried out,
Look, it's Buster. He's in trouble. You need to help him. He's our best supplier.
Without hesitation, the owls descended, their talons gripping the car's propellers. With a collective, synchronized beat of their wings, they stabilized the plummeting vehicle. The electric car, held aloft by the unexpected avian rescue team, gently descended, finally coming to a soft landing in a green park. Buster, still trembling, unbuckled himself and stumbled out. In tremendous excitement, he began kissing each and every owl, while he was barking in trance. A deep, unspoken understanding passed between them. In that moment, surrounded by his feathered benefactors, Buster felt a connection far deeper than mere client and supplier. It was a bond forged in sharp peril and mutual respect, cemented by a grateful lick from Buster and a chorus of happy song from the owls. Here they are. I like to watch them. Oh, this one's new, the yellow. Nice lips. Yeah, I like to watch them to thrive. They seem to be really happy, and that's what I like. Oh, they're all beautiful.